welcome to the Sienna Hart Show. I'm Sienna and this is Lucas Day. How are you going, Lucas?
Oh, great. It's great to be here. Thanks for inviting me in.
I'm really excited for today. It's been a while since I've seen you.
I was trying to think of the last time up at Brooklyn.
Yes, Rundle. You always seem to be like gigging around Adelaide, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, most of my weekends are spent playing music to somebody somewhere. So.
And I never know quite what you're going to be playing either. Like it might just be guitar or it might be guitar and drums.
The foot drums as well, or a few more band shows coming in lately as well, which is good. Yeah, I didn't want to be pigeonholed as just the foot drum guy, so I'm trying to do a few more different things, but then I do love it, you know.
Yeah, it's just fun. How good is playing with a band too, though?
Yeah, incredible. I don't have to think about a lot of things, and I can just rely on them. It's so good to have a few guys who just know what I'm thinking almost before I think it, which is so good. It's so freeing, and you know, an extra bar of a solo or something that never goes astray.
That's so good. So the band that you kind of play with, did you kind of put that together for your album?
We recorded Swell before I had even had a band, basically. Okay. So I just got session guys in for that. Okay. At Wondenberg's I got Malush and Matt Burks to play drums, and we just laid the bed tracks. That was with Sam Britton. Yep. And we did the rest of that album at Wildflower, but I wasn't playing with Anthony or Max at that point. Okay. So when I was initially going to release Right Where I Needed You, the first single from Swell, I needed a band because I wanted to do a band show to release this band song. So that was at the Grace Emily Hotel, and so I basically messaged a whole bunch of people on Instagram or who I just knew from around the traps. Yep. I had slowly been getting a kind of like a database, or just like to be honest, an Excel spreadsheet of people around Adelaide and what instruments they play, just as simple as that. And like if I'd met them or if we'd vibed or something. So it was cool. I just sent out a message and these guys were keen, and luckily it also paired up that we had good chemistry when we were jamming the songs. So it's been great, and I'm still improving, like on the frontman level. Like being solo, you can do a double chorus and no one really bats an eye, but to be able to lead a band to do a double chorus, or to lead them into you're going to do an extra bit, it takes a lot more obvious mannerisms or something like that, which I'm still learning. Yeah, definitely. And then also enjoying yourself on stage and
not
dancing
looking
around.
Too weird and too obvious.
Exactly. Not doing like not being a ringleader or a ringmaster or something, but having fun with it. Yeah,
totally. That just made me think of like growing up in like church bands and stuff back in the day, and I think that was like a really good skill that I think a lot of musicians who do grow up in the church kind of pick up, is like that whole like leading, because you've got different musicians almost every week that and no one really knows where the song's going. So especially in like the Pentecostal type Baptist churches even, I think that's like I've noticed among musicians I can kind of pick them, like the ones that sort of like, you grew up in Sunday school.
It's like another language almost. I find that it was only in school really that I played with bands, and then since then I played with a few friends and that, but I'd always been solo. And then I was in a duo for a long time as well, but it was with another vocalist, so I still had control over the music. But now being able to share that control and still wanting to take it to the places that I want to go, harmonically or just in a show, it's that skill. I wish I had kind of developed it when I was younger, but I'm a lot more aware of developing it now, and thoughtful, and it's an incredible journey that I'm very much still on.
Awesome. I love that. And so these guys in your band, who are they? Who have you got?
I have Anthony Costanzo, he's on bass. Max Tulashevsky, he plays the kit. And Rachel Coppin, my partner, she's also a singer in the band. And just recently we added another guitarist, Peter Mitchell. And yeah, I've known him from around the traps a bit. He's been in another few bands that I like, and it's the addition of another guitarist has helped me take the next level of like learning my playing style a little bit more, and because I would have to hold down all the harmony with the guitar if we were just playing in a trio, and now I can stop and dance around or play a solo, or I have a bit more of that bed to rely on with Pete, and he also adds a lot of textural stuff that I didn't hear before, but now at some of the songs I can't hear them without it, which I think is really cool.
That's great. I think that's when you really know like the band is sort of, you know, all kind of contributing to, you know, the result of or the outcome. Yeah.
That's right, but I haven't really written a song with the band yet. Yeah. I always bring the bones. Cool. I always bring it like that. I don't know if you... Yeah, is that similar in your experience?
So I don't have a band at the moment. I'm sort of looking for one at the moment.
Right, okay. What about to like recording? Do you just bring the...
I play everything.
Yeah, I love that.
I'll work with a producer who will like, you know, program whatever. But generally, yeah.
Can you hear the final song in your head before, like even when you're working with a producer? Yeah. How do you get to that result?
So I usually will say, like for the EP that I recently released, I took my sessions to my friend and producer David Turley's house, and so in my sessions I really sketched out the song how I heard it, like the bones, as you say, and then I kind of gave him some reference tracks as some ideas of like, this is kind of how I want it to sound, a bit more like that.
Yeah, okay, great.
And he just caught the vibe from there and helped me, because, you know, in his library of instruments and plugins and everything, like he knows his way around that, but I don't. It's like literally like walking into a town library and going like, I want a book about this, but where am I going to find it?
It'd take you a whole hour to find a book.
Yeah. So he's just like, it was great for him to catch the idea and then just walk directly to the sound we needed, and and he had a fair bit of input in that actually. Yeah.
It's such a great skill that producers have to be able to flex like that and flex their creative muscles and take a source like your the bones of a song and have an endpoint in mind, and then they plot the rest of the way to get there.
Exactly.
And then it gets there, and it sometimes more often than not it exceeds expectations.
Totally, yeah. I think finding the right producer is like way more important than anyone sort of going into it blindly realizing.
That's right. Yeah. That's something that I worked with Sam Britton, and he was so incredible about bringing my songs to life, and it's such a strong force of the end product that I took for granted before. Before I kind of knew, I had self-produced a few things at home, and then just by self-produced something at a studio as well. But I don't know, there was decision fatigue. I don't know if you've experienced that as well. It's just sometimes we just get so exhausted that I don't want to decide anything anymore.
Totally. Like, I reckon, this might sound a bit weird, but I reckon like writing a song for me is kind of like digging out a gemstone in a mine, and you just like catch a little glimpse of light, and you're like, oh cool, brush the dust away. And to me that's actually writing the song, is just that raw gem that you pull out, and then what a producer does is set that stone into a chandelier, a piece of jewellery, like, you know, like really giving it the final outcome for what it's going to be. But I don't know, they're two very different industries even, like skill sets.
They're exactly,
but so entwined. I don't know.
I totally agree. And I get why people use so many different producers now, is because even certain producers are good at a certain sound, and on one project you might want it to have a variety of different sounds. Yeah. So you're almost drawn to like, oh, what can this other person add to it? Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think that's where I'm at with my next project. Is I have like five tracks that I want to be this band sound, and I have another 5 that I want to kind of be something different. Yeah. So I'm just biding my time to figure out what I'm going to do.
Something different, as in like stripped back, or like different genre even? Or
I think probably stripped back. Yeah. I like to be able to have this kind of like rocky bluesy band stuff, like kind of high energy, like a show, because that is probably performing that scratches an itch for me to be able to do that, but also this delicate singer-songwriter stuff that I know you know well.
Yeah, I really connect with that stuff on your album. I love that kind of vibe and watching you live. But also the energy of a band when you're just in the same room with them, I think is so compelling that, I get that fully.
Yeah. So I think, when I'm playing solo in like the one-man band, I can kind of almost get to both.
Yeah.
But
yeah, you do. Walking past a venue and hearing you inside, like I have to like sort of almost like double look back because I'm like, is that a whole band,
Oh, thanks. Yeah. And it does, I say almost, I'm not trying to be self-deprecating here, but it just like, when the vision in my mind, I don't quite get there when I'm like, I'm not quite the full band when I'm a one-man band, and I'm not quite the intimate singer-songwriter when I'm the one-man band kind of thing. So it's like, it's definitely grateful, and I love doing it, and it scratches an itch as well in itself. But I think as I'm growing, I'm almost growing these three different aspects of playing.
That's awesome. And so you're kind of thinking of maybe sticking like having like a tasting plate for your next album.
Yeah.
Having all of those aspects on an album.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. And not kind of committing to one lot of instrumentation throughout the whole album.
Yeah.
Or see, this is where maybe I'll just ask you, or can you just do like one EP like this and then another EP like this and then another EP like that? I don't know. That's where I'm biding my time. I'm waiting for a sign.
Okay. I think do what you want.
Yeah, that's my sign. All right, see it.
I get that too. Like I'm thinking I'd like to put out an album in the next year, but where do you start? Like I'm in exactly the same spot. Like, do I go for like a band sound? Do I go for like that sort of more produced stuff like I've got my EP? Or do I go for like an acoustic thing? So I've been doing all these acoustic shows over the last, 9 months, 10 months. Is that the kind of sound that I should, is that where I'm at? I don't know.
I mean, lots of people would say serve the song, so what on a song by song basis, what does it need? And I kind of get that, but I'm quite pragmatic in that I kind of make the song. Like people write the songs, and so do you have the intention before or after? Like, I'm not sure. I think it's kind of like what you want to do live as well.
Yeah.
You might as well try stuff, but I really like the production on Don't Stop.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I was bopping along and everything while I was listening to it. Yeah, it was great, and especially every morning or every afternoon. I mean,
yeah, I love that track too. Well, David Turley, as I said, legend.
Yeah, the bass line was killing me as well. I loved it. I was like, yes.
That's my biggest thing with songs is the bass line.
Yes,
that's what gets me. Like I could listen to any genre if the bass line is great. Yeah,
totally. Yeah, I played bass on like my home produced stuff, and it was probably the most fun part.
Yeah. Oh, it is. Yeah. It's the best.
This gives it the energy.
Yes, it's the groove. That is where the groove is in the song. It's right there in the bass. No doubt. Well, would you like to get into playing some music?
Yeah, of course.
Cool. I've been keen to play you your song.
Yes, I can't wait to hear it.
It's pretty different.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay. See, I would say mine of yours is a little bit similar.
Okay, cool.
But I don't know. If through someone else's ears, it's always going to be different, isn't it?
That's it. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm keen to hear. So you changed the key?
Yeah, I needed to change the key.
Yeah.
And I kind of cut and pasted bits and did all sorts to it.
Cool.
So it's definitely the same song, but it's also a Sienna version.
Perfect.
Cool. And I can't wait to hear you. So you're doing every afternoon?
Yeah.
Yay! Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, my intent is to take the guitar solo somewhere a little bit different than it is on the song. But we'll see what falls out.
Cool. Awesome. Let's do it.
I like to sleep alone. I like an empty home. I don't need you here. I never think about you. I never wonder where you are. But when the daylight touches the garden just right, and the colors glow in the sun, it's only every afternoon. I wanna share it all with you. Cloud my mind every time, you always have. And I wish like hell that you were someone else. But when the daylight touches the garden just right, and the colors glow in the sun, it's only every afternoon. I wanna spend it all with I don't miss your touch. I don't need you much. Only every afternoon. It's only every afternoon. That's your song.
Bad habits breed like bad rabbits do, but they're not as fluffy. You've got stories to prove. Deals with the devil, been under his thumb, blind to the damage, having way too much fun. Been 20 odd years since you started cackling. I always get a kick getting those
those laugh lines cracking. You've come a long way to be this soul in a shell. We're filling up from the bottom, now we can't quite tell. Are we starting to swell? Bad habits win like they're counting cards, but nowhere near as lucky as they have so far. I feel like a pebble in the big deep blue sea. Will we make a diamond eventually? Been 20-odd years since I started crying. I wrestle with shame when my eyes need drying. I've come a long way to be the soul in a shell. I'm filling up from the bottom, now I can't quite tell if we're caught in the swell. Are we caught in the swell? Are we caught in the swell? Bad habits are heavy, like they're made of lead, but nowhere near as valuable or locked up in my head. And I can't quite tell. I'm starting to swell. Can't quite tell. I'm starting to swell. Starting to and I can't quite tell. Are we caught in the swell? Are we starting